thought I had it recording when we...
Chaz and my dad started working on the Focus. You know, they got the old struts out. We had to take the strut tower off. The issue is these have camber adjustment plates, and the strut tower doesn't allow for camber adjustment at all. So what they're doing right now is they are trimming the strut tower. That way you can actually access this that camber plate. So they're doing that right now. They got the car on the lift. Everything's disassembled. There's a little issue with the tie rod. Allen key inside stripped out. So I had to come and torch it and fix it for them. So, but they've got everything else disassembled, and it's just a matter of cutting this strut tower, seeing how everything fits, and see if we need to trim out more, or if we can just, or if that'll be enough. So I think this will be enough, what I marked out on there for them, but we'll see, I guess.
Starting on the rears now. So took out the spring, popped out the end link, took out the old factory shock. So I put in the new one here in replacement, courtesy of Airlift Performance. Sits in there nicely. She's pretty. Like I said, pulling out the lower control arm, and then the spring perch, replacing it, replacing the lower control arm, and then I should be pretty good to put the Airlift one in. We'll catch back to yous. When it's all back together, looks a little bit like that. Now the only thing is, you gotta put a little bit of air in the bag for it to sit in the bag mount. But that's what it looks like all together. Everything bolts back in nice and easy. Your shock adjustments up here. Pull the tire off, adjust it, pull the tire off, adjust it. I'd say it fits pretty tight. It's really up against the fender right now, and the bag isn't bottomed out at all, so it can go more low, but it can't at the same time. So really we're gonna put over fenders on this anyways to wide body it,
but for the time being, he might need to buy a fender roller, or we'll have to roll the fender, and fits in there pretty good. He got the front on last night, tucks in there nice and good. Their camber plates all the way in. So we're underneath the car here. We drilled 7 holes, 4 for the air ride, or for each bag, and one is a drain from the manifold, one is a drain from the tank, and the other one is a hookup for airline for a quick connect. So Chaz is feeding them down now. A little more. Okay, whoa. And then all you do is take these puppies. And these are just easy push connects. Okay. That's it. So what we'll end up doing is run a zip tie there, so it doesn't that way it doesn't bind on anything. Same thing with this one, just a little zip tie. And I'll go back up top and we'll show you what's going on up there. In the meantime, we'll run the other airlines to the front and then carry on. Okay, so we got all the lines ran. We got the holes bolted where we're going to have to drill for the tank, and then all the lines are going to tuck in behind here up against the seat there. So let's drill them and mount this up and carry on. Alright, so we had to pull the car off the lift. We got it aired up. Now the way I like installing air ride is putting one of these quick connects on. Only for the fact of one, being able to do exactly what we just did, and for maintenance, being able to run an air hose. If you gotta pump your tires up, whatever the case may be, there's always a hose there, so you're always prepared that way. We had to plug the controller in. Don't go too far with that. We had to plug the controller in, manually fill the tank. You can just manually lift up the bags. Compressor only puts out around 95 psi or so. So that way Chaz is going to run the battery cable on the inside through grommet into the hood, and then the ignition fuse box is under here onto the passenger side there. So, and then he also has to run the USB cable up to the controller where he's going to mount to the center console. So I'm going to let him pull apart his interior, because that is a shitty job that I don't like doing.
Well, thanks. I like it.
And then I'm going to just clean up here a little bit. So like this. Got the power wire. Okay, straighten your wheels out. That's probably the most level surface that there is. No, that's about as level as it's gonna get. we're done. That was actually a super easy install. Chaz is here. It was a super easy install actually. Everything bolted in super, like just the way it should. You know, it's like changing out your struts. Now this car's a 2016.
Yep.
So, yeah, like there was no issues with rusty bolts or anything like that with like older vehicles. But like the whole airlift system, it's like 3 wires and then that's it. Like it's super casual. I liked it. We had a little bit of an issue with the ignition tie-in fuse, and we kind of had to modify it a little bit, which is kind of weird, but it worked.
The strut tower.
And then of course the strut tower. Earlier on in the video I say how they just had to cut the strut tower. I totally forgot, but they had to we actually had to cut the strut tower, and we had to cut the strut tower, and we had to cut the actual strut brace itself. We made it work. All you had to do is just open the hole up a little bit. But hindsight, anybody who's got to do this, do it first before the bags are going.
It'll save you so much because they're already out.
Yeah, it'll save you. You know, you don't have to worry about sparks or nothing like that. Sitting down on the nice anodized aluminum, or fucking reefing on your front end to kind of pull it out of the way. Other than that, the cost of it is totally worth it. Super easy. Chaz's car looks super hot boy right now. But yeah, it's awesome. It couldn't have gone any smoother. The calibration process, it just took care of itself. Yeah, it was probably what, 20 minutes? 15, 20 minutes of calibration. And that was it. It was ready to go. It does everything for you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna have some more videos coming out. And actually have some more videos coming out. Not like I always say I'm gonna have more videos coming out and then I don't. Or it takes 6 months to get a new video out. We bought another computer for the house. That way I can edit at home, and Ashley's gonna start editing for me at home also. So yeah, so we'll get some videos out. So next up is the street glide. Now I got a bunch of videos set up for the street glide. The front lowering kit is a video, and then the whole rear, stretching out the rear bump, the rear.
What you do?
The rear fender is a whole nother gig. I'll probably just put out like a video a week for this first little bit, and then maybe we'll see what's going on from there. So. Alright guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think about the whole airlift kit. Chaz's car, I don't know. It's pretty cool. So yeah, guys stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.